Hi everyone, welcome on in. How are you doing today? Hi Lulu, hi Pan, hi Gators, hi Amelia, and hi all the lurkers. It has been a whole week since I've streamed. Hi Connie. I did not mean to take, ow. Thank you Orchid, thank you for the break. Also hi, Orchid cute. Oh, I still need to fix the font on my notifications. Dang. I gotta remember that sometime. Um, Yeah, I thought it was gone forever too. Seriously, I did not expect to take a full week break. Honestly, I was afraid it was gonna take a longer break. Um, because I kind of had a crash out. I couldn't handle streaming. But a few days of nonstop anime watching and that sort of thing seems to have fixed me. So that's good. Um, Also we got a new commission to start. We're gonna be doing that today. Um, Gonna be making a fully custom model for Jaycie, if you know them in the Discord. Um, Z have a Lamia model. That should be fun. Um, One more thing I will note: I have a new redeem, another model change redeem. You can now request me to be the Celestial Dragon because I really like that model and I want to be her sometimes. So, similar to my other forms, not that she is another form, but
Model
similar.
change to Celestial.
Yeah, I will stay on the model you switch me to until someone else switches to something. So let's do that. I love how fast they load in here. Okay. Hey. Hey, welcome on in. That's so cute. Thank you. This is a OC of mine that what happened to my hand tracking there? I recently finished her, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her yet. So, I guess for now I'll just stream with her a little bit. My favorite detail: if you look at the stars in my wings and my horns, um, they're actually like growing and shrinking to simulate like twinkling. How do I make the shaders so pretty? I just use the VRM M-Tomb shader. That's all I use. With the, oh, you're probably referring to the horns and stuff. This is a little bit of trickery. Hold on, let me. So what you're seeing right here is an inside-out mesh. The galaxy pattern is printed on the inside face. And then the stars, other than like the little painted ones, those are 3D objects that I'm controlling with blend shapes. So it has this nice effect of being seen from different angles, so it shifts around. And then there's another layer that adds the gloss on the outside surface so that it isn't just, a hollow mesh. When I adopted this OC, that was my first idea to do with her, and I'm glad it turned out how I envisioned. Hi Winter, welcome on in. The only part I didn't do that on is her hands. Ow, thank you for the brick. Because it looked kind of weird to have the fingers intersecting and such. Ah! So many bricks! Ow! Why so much violence? Very cool effects, thank you. Oh, I didn't show you her tail. Let me just, oh. There we go. The tail's probably the best part. I need to figure out a way to give it more lift in this program. In VNyan, I had the reverse gravity was working, but Sneck Studio seems to ignore gravity applied to spring bones. I should talk to Curie about that. Yeah, I love the tail. What's the quad count? I'm not sure. We could check. Let's find out together. Put me down here for now. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. Okay. I do have the project we're going to be working on already set up here. But before we get started, let me open up the Celestial Dragon. See what she is. Be this one. Yeah, that's an issue with Sneck Studio. Well, not really an issue necessarily, although I should talk to Curie about it. I was relying on a feature that spring bones can have where they're affected by gravity. Sneck Studio seems to ignore that feature. Okay. The quad count, or faces. You want faces or tries? Because I don't know how to look at quads specifically. The faces should be quads though, mostly. So faces are 126,000. And the tries are 248,000. So yeah, that's what she is. Not too bad, I'd say. I definitely used a lot of smoothing in certain areas to get it to look the way I wanted. But I try to be efficient when I do that. Faces and tries. So most people work in quads, so that's a face with 4 points. But it can be more. So polygons, I guess you would say, or n-gons. So quads and n-gons. Tries is when it's calculated to, you know, the only thing most programs read, which is the actual triangles. So 3-point faces. And it just automatically does that when I export. Honestly, what I normally read is verts. So the amount of vertices. But that's like basically identical to faces because I use quads mostly. Okay. Back to today's goal. We have to make this Lamian in the background. I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how we're doing this because I don't have like a full ref sheet. I just have a few different arts that were done. Now the client's obviously okay with me taking some creative liberties, but it's still going to be a little hard for me to not have an exact guide. So I did import a body base of mine and also a previous furry head that I made as reference. So we can start there and figure it out as we go. I suppose there's a head that would be more accurate, actually, than the one I made. Snick, yes. I might bring in something from that Nova Beast project. Let's see. I look. I'm gonna open up the project first and then grab what I need and append it later. Kiri, hi, welcome on in. Welcome Raiders, my name is Shar. I'm a dragon that works on 3D models. And right now, we're trying to get oriented on a new project by pulling in some references. Oh Lord, we rate. Hi Kiri, how was your stream? Okay, yeah, like I thought, this is all one piece. I just want part of it. Just that part, honestly. Separate that. I kind of want the ears too. You drew gay stuff? Good. Anything you want to share today? Okay, yeah. I get rid of the parents on this and stuff. Make it its own thing. And the armature, don't need that. Okay, back to the project file. Yes? Okay, let me see. Let me see what you got. Oh, you got a clip. Or, oh no. This says a red clip in the URL and assumed it was a clip. Okay, this is already so cute. Hold on. Let me, 1 second. Alright, chat, you're not ready. Ah, so big. I gotta memorize the hotkey for fitting this to screen. Control F. Look at this, chat. Yay. Robot girl and her girlfriend. I love this. It's got that common theme of the robot girl is vulnerable. She's she's undergoing maintenance or is missing a limb or something, and her partner is helping her out. I love that. Yeah, gay robot girls, let's go. Well, thank you for sharing the art. We appreciate gay art here. Now, what we're doing is we're going to be modeling this very cute Lamia. So how topical that Curie raids us, because we're making a snake right now. More snake. Uh-huh. Yeah, Curie really does draw good gay robots. Hi, Berserk. Snake. So I'm just trying to, like, figure out what I'm doing with limited references. I must be kind of sadistic or something, because I kind of enjoy the challenge of being like, okay, what am I doing with barely any references? You know, most people would demand it's like, okay, you got to give me a full reference sheet with a front and a side and all that. But not me, apparently. I'm just like, okay, this is all you got? I'll figure it out. Okay. Reference head. Bring that in. Okay, here's another good. This one isn't mine, but the ears are mine. I think this one's more accurate when it comes to the snoot and everything. Should be more forward and narrow and long.
Model change requested.
Oh, someone wants charcoal? Alright. We can do that. Goodbye for now, Celestial. Which one is this one? Alright. Wait, why do the wings not hide here? Are they named something different? Nah, it sounds sad. No, it's okay. I don't mind. Someone can make me Celestial again later. Let me actually look what these what these wings are named. Because they should have been caught by the thing. I need to make all. Oh, I see. They were duplicated at one point and they have a 001 on them. I'll just hide those manually for now. Okay. Hot horns. Hi, Zoe. How you doing? Well, come on in. Yeah, you like this model, Catherine? You may have biases. I can show off more if you want. This is the first variant I made on my primary model. She's gone through some changes over time. The idea is in my lore, at some point I burn my forest and the algae on my horns burns up. And so this version of me is called Charcoal. Not Charcoal, because my name is pronounced Char. Ow. Thank you for the bricks. Yeah, this is essentially just my goth look. The brick speaks for the trees. Yeah. I guess. Oh, that reminds me. Because I was looking at my tail. Hey, Kiri, are you still here? I wanted to ask something about Snick Studio. Yeah. Um, when I make my models, what I used to do, or what I still do, I guess, I add some gravity to the tail, but reverse gravity. So I actually do use the gravity feature of spring bones, and I've noticed Snick Studio seems to ignore gravity. I can't remember if I've talked about this before or not. But maybe that's something you should implement is the gravity setting on the spring bone chains. Because I've used that before to make my tails lift more. Yeah. Renetta, hi! Ah! Ah! So many hearts. Give me... Ah. That's likely an issue with the VRM add-on, but you've fixed things in that before, too. Ah, I see. Okay. You mean the add-on for Blender, or... I've noticed it's not perfect, that's for sure. Or do you... For Godot. Okay, got it. Alright, back to what we're doing. Also, hi Mara, hi Synth, hi anyone that I missed. Everyone, lots of people in here. Bunny Hearted, I'm not sure if I said hi to you. Is that Auto Magic? That's so cool. I don't... Auto Magic? Calling Lulu a good girl? Good. A good girl again. Yeah, very important. Alright, I don't know if I want to make the head first, or if we want to figure out the body. Thank you for the tea sip, Bunny. Seriously, so many cool people here right now. Anyone in my chat, if you've been seeing the auto shoutouts, definitely follow everyone that my bot has shouted out. They're all amazing. Look at the default VRM skeleton. The leg bones are so close together, and I usually like put them way out here. Not that it matters in this case, because they're not gonna have legs. Okay. So I think I want to start a body from scratch. I could take this torso at least. And get the belly and everything, but I feel like this is a different body type anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, let's just start fresh and see what I can do. Need more, slightly thicker, more muscular arms. We need bulkier rib cage, and then obviously going right into snake body. Cube. Why are there so many cute snicks in here? I don't know. I've always had cute snicks around me. This is just a fact of my life. Snacks need to be here for the snack model. Yeah, exactly. Mm. Aw. Must be because snacks have good taste. Rawr. Insert repost if snack cute sticker. Yes. Hmm. It's been a while since I've actually done a torso from scratch. I usually use my previous version of a torso. The rotation of this is weird. Whoops. Oops. Hi, Star. Welcome on in. How you doing? You doing good? Sure cute. Rawr. You're already at 60 call cutes? You're all cute. no matter how many times you've been told it. It's a really, it's a very cozy vibe just to chill here. Aw, I'm glad. Wait, so I start with like a low poly model and then start adding detail after basic topology is done? Yeah, that's my method. It's pretty common. You just block in the rough shape and then, yeah, you refine it as you go. We gotta figure out the, I gotta figure out how I'm doing the tail. Snack body. I could coil it myself and give it a constant resting position, similar to how Curie's model is. Or I could leave it straight so that they're capable of posing it themselves and using it in VR chat and that sort of stuff. But from what I know of them, I need to discuss this with them further, but from what I know of them, they mostly just want to use this as a VTuber model and have it ready to go, so I should probably figure out the position myself. Oh, you're really cozy. This neck is gonna be floofy, yes. Alright, I'm gonna use a path to figure out what I want.
ASM Shar.
I see someone wants me to use my ASMR voice. Hi, Star.
Pat pat pat.
Thank you for the head pats, Catherine. Gonna need to extrude this somewhat. You've been waiting to fluster Lulu with it too? I see. So you thought you could treat yourself and your favorite streamer. I got you. Hi, Ronnie. Thank you for the tea sip. Hmm. Okay, that's enough ASMR voice for me. You know what? You know what other reference I could bring in here that might help? Especially for this part. Let's see. See if I can remember where it's at. Snick Studio, sample models, VRM. Right, I need to import it. Here we go. Just grab the basic version, I guess. I'm sorry about that, Star. I can only do it for as long as I want to. That's the nature of that redeem. I hope you found it worth it.
Compliment.
Oh, do you want to compliment Amelia? Oh, you want me to compliment Star? I can do that. Make her generate a new password. Even though she just dropped quite an impressive one. But she's just so adorable like that, isn't she? Always getting flustered in every chat she's in. Because she's just able to receive compliments in such an adorable way. It makes us all want to dote on her more. You're really cute, Star. Okay. Did the import fail? I wasn't paying attention. I think it did. Oh, there we go. Let me just need those. Alright. We have a not Curie here. This isn't Curie, but it's made by her. And it basically is, let's be real. I just wanted to get an idea of how long she made her body and the way she made it rest. What's gonna help me figure things out for this? Legally distinct Curie, yes. Mom, can we watch some Curie? We have Curie at home. The Curie at home. Yeah, that's Sammy, the default Snick. You are incredibly correct. Okay, so... Oh, that's something about it. She coils forward first, which makes a lot of sense for like a rest position. I could try that. Might be fun. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to move that point. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. Not trying to precisely follow it. Just kind of get a similar vibe, you know? More of it should be on the floor, though. Actually, past the floor. Uh, um, I don't like the way this wants to tilt. Hold on. Uh, in my wireframe. Oh, there's a pretty bad kink there. That'll have to work out. Snick tube. Snoob. Kink shaming the tail. No. We would never kink shame in this house. It's a little better. Mm. Working out the kinks only makes them stronger. Chat, has anyone ever told you that you're silly? Okay, I kind of like that shape. Oh, it's break time already. Alright, chat. I'm gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break and get myself some food because I failed to eat lunch before stream. You'll be hit with an ad break and some more music, and I will be back before you know it. See you soon. Alright, I'm back. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Shar. I'm a dragon that makes 3D models. How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. Oh, Mari, hi. Welcome on in. Right now, we're just trying to figure out the basic shape for this, Lamia model. Stream was good, thank you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Snick. That's right. We're working on a snick. Okay, I think I'm happy with the tail like that. Now we need to figure out what else we're doing. For basic blocking out. We could make the hands. I could actually make the head. I was just playing around with the shape of the ears, so that's why those are there. Could finish working out the torso, add more details, actually attach it to the tail. Do things like that. A lot of directions I could go with this right now. I'm going to ponder it while I eat my food. And probably take some pain medicine, because I can tell a little bit already that I'm starting to get achy. It's better to take it before you're in a lot of pain.
Such a stand stars just sub it.
Hi, Jaycie. How are you doing? Star of the show is here. Check it out. We got... Let me make some... My space is messy here. Let me make some more room. I'm just like using other models as reference since I don't have like a direct ref sheet for you. Tired but surviving. Yeah, that's a mood. What do you think of the tail being kind of the way Akiri's is? I was thinking about it. If I commit to this, it's gonna be the shape it's always gonna be in. So you're gonna have to be okay with that. If you want it to be more flexible for you to pose in other programs and manipulate in VR chat and stuff like that, I can go the other way of just having it straight behind your character, but that would look less good for VTubing. Yeah, Jaycie is such distant stars right there. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting model for sure. Also, hi, Rini. And luck. But yeah, if you want my recommendation, Jaycie, a tail like this would be fine. You'll be limited in what you can use the model for, but for VTubing, this would be perfect. I mean, Kiri uses hers, and it's like this. So if VTubing's your primary goal, then that's all you really need. I just know we never finished discussing that, really. Okay. But yeah, now would be the time to, like, get me to change it if you needed me to change it. Flexible, please. So you want it to have... So you want me to get rid of this and make a straight version where it just probably goes down and then back. And then you're able to do whatever with it. You want me to do that? You won't be able to see it as well when you're VTubing, unless you do something special. But I can do that. Sounds good? Okay. Maybe in the future I'll be able to throw in this version too, but I really only want to work on one to be the primary. Cheat camera for VTubing, 90-degree angle. Straight version? Damn, that's kind of cringe. No, you're right. This is Jaycie, it's always gay. Alright, let's rework what we're doing here then. I could still make your tail go up, though, if you want me to. Actually, let me work this out. Okay, this is... Why is it Oh, there's like a... let's clear the tilt. Just... Still off-center. Oh. There we go. You can get a rise out of you. Yeah, the tail. Okay, so I could do this if you want. So this way it's flexible, you can do whatever. But at the end of the day, in VTubing, you'll still see the tail on the background. So this is probably the best middle ground. Or I can lay it flat on the ground if you want to be able to slither better. This one's probably the best option, honestly. The scope creep, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing both, I don't think. I can't do this realistically as a toggle. Hi, Copy. Welcome on in. So if I just have this shape, are you happy with this shape? Or a shape similar to this, Jaycie? I think this will be a good balance for you. Only other alternative would be for me to just lay this flat on the floor. And then now you look like you're slithering. And I could do this just fine if that's all you want. Up to you. Well, I hope you had a good nap even though it was interrupted. Yeah, the X. I don't know what that means. With the posed tail. So, option 2, where I had it up like this, but still straight aligned behind you. Oh, the Curie style. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Option 1. Yeah, this will make you feel a little more cozy and stylized. But if you ever want to convert it to like VR chat or something, you might need to get me to remake it. Because this would be like impossible to get to slither around correctly.
Pat.
You didn't know Curie's tail had the scales physically modeled into that level of detail? You thought it was more normals and textures thing? Oh yeah. She put some incredible work into getting the shape of these really nice. Obviously textures do and normals do carry it, or are involved, I think. Actually, is that just a texture? I'm curious now. the importer makes this annoying to look at. I think it's just a texture. Yeah, it's all 3D modeled scales. Pretty cool. Thank you for the head pats. Alright, we're gonna commit to this shape. Posed tail. Let me just get the weight of it over a little bit. Feels a little unbalanced. Alright. That's pretty nice. Can you have a peek at what you'll be working on? The ref picks? Yeah, it's right here. It's a pretty cool design. It's a floofy snick. It's a little bit of a reference to it over here too, but this is a different variant. Mostly going to be referring to this version for the horns, I believe. Char the furry 3D artist, let's go. Yeah. I got the 2 other furry heads I've worked on over here as reference. Gotta love a good pair of horns. Exactly. I mean, look at me. My horns are my most prominent feature. Oh. Yeah, I'm excited too. By the way, Jaycie, I'm also just kind of making your body off of vibes. I still don't have a reference for body types, so I'm gonna roughly try to follow this, but mostly it's gonna be my usual shape. You're actually debating on whether your sonas would have horn piercings. Ooh. Yeah. Of course, of course. Yeah, for myself, I opted for horn jewelry. Not really piercings. Because, I don't know. The idea of piercing horns sounds absolutely horrifying to me. Lean towards soft. Yeah, I can do that. There could be a sort of cultural thing among demons in their worlds. Yeah. Alright, I think I feel like attaching the tail. And we're gonna... Oh, there's so many objects named body already. Mm-mm. Okay. Wait, if I attach it now, I'm gonna have to give up on the mirror. I think I'll wait on that. Let's do the hands and such. Hmm. No. Eh. Hi, Taffy. Hello. How you doing? You're doing good? Glad to hear it. Hmm. Does someone want to redeem the yoga ball? I feel like my posture's really bad right now. Ooh, new model? The one I'm working
Yoga
on?
ball time.
Or me? Thank you, Maury. Let me grab that. Yeah. I'm starting from scratch with the base because I don't know. I'm always trying to improve how I like make things like the hands and such. Also, this base obviously requires a lot of customization anyway, like the fact that it is a snake, so no legs. Also, the body type's supposed to be a little bulkier. So, lots of reasons to start from scratch on this one. Snick, exactly. At least in Snack Studio, you can actually see me bouncing on my yoga ball. That's something you couldn't see when I was using XR Animator for my tracking. May you suggest the tail could perhaps be kept as a separate mesh from the main body, just to just have normals set up in a way to hide the seam, and that the tail itself could be more easily swapped out in the future if desired, if that makes sense. But then again, that's not your choice. I mean, you're right. That is something that's possible. Then again, it's easy to swap out a portion of a mesh anyway. Um, just by like selecting those and separating. But what you're suggesting is like just keep the swappability in mind, which I could maybe do. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just trying to predict uses. Jaycie hasn't given me a lot of idea of what they plan to use it for, so just kind of like. But at the same time, I can only really work on what I'm paid to work on, I guess. You don't want to overbear yourself there. No, I appreciate your input. I just wouldn't want the focus on modularity to, I don't know, stress me out too much when I'm here to make a thing. I certainly could in theory. The other thing is like redoing the bones. I'll figure it out. Also, for the hands, I'm kind of trying out a different method for modeling them that I'm basing off of something I saw for a 2D art tutorial. Blocking out the fingers and such in very simple shapes. And then connecting and merging them, smoothing them out afterward. I'm also paying closer attention to the default layout of the bones for the VRM format, in the hopes that if I model around them, then my hands will deform more correctly. Because I tend to struggle with that. Yeah, exactly. It can be a struggle. Look at the fingers on my model. I got them mostly okay, but the thumb never looks right. And I don't know. It took me a long time of tweaking to get them even remotely looking alright. Then again, baby's first model. Yeah, if you're getting started, trust me, I know how it feels. Oh yeah, hearts. Yep. Making the thumb is always the... Ah! Ah! Making the thumb is always the most difficult part for me. Yeah, I've struggled with that too. I've gotten a little better at more cleanly assigning bones and using masks when weight painting. Oh my gosh, the bot. Okay, how do I want to build the thumb? Probably just like that. I don't know. This method is like, I know where I want to place it, but question is how will I merge it afterwards? I don't know, we'll see. Fortunately, the heavily stylized normals you have help hide them. What I do when I have undesired weights on bone groups is so like say something somewhere else in the skeleton was affecting something on my hand. So I'd go in and hold on. Gotta get myself in the mindset. Okay. Say I actually I've learned not to do that to avoid this, but say I applied it with empty groups. So the hand now has every bone group. I'm in the way. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay. See on the side panel there. What I used to do is when I assigned a mesh to the armature, I just had every single vertex group applied. So every bone in the armature is here, right? And then that would allow for like maybe like something on the foot is affecting the hand, right? So what I would do to fix it is in weight paint mode, I'd select each bone that's supposed to be on the hand and lock it. You can actually select multiple at once and just go up to let's see. There's a way to lock them all. Here we go. Locks. Lock selected. So I'd lock all of them. Missed one. And now that those are locked on the hand, I'll click this button up over here and delete all unlocked groups. So this will get rid of all of your excess vertex groups for that mesh. And hopefully get rid of whatever's influencing the vertices that you didn't want. Because if you know it's only these bones that you want to affect it, you can lock them out like that. And then you can just go up here and then unlock all once you're done. It's pretty handy. Pun unintended. But yeah. course, if it's like, if your body is one whole mesh, that might be more difficult, but you could always separate out the hand and do that, and then reattach it. Something like that. Can't wait for when you commission me, but you gotta get your ref done. Ah. I'm glad you are looking forward to it. You'll commission me one day. Rawr. So many people want to commission me. My goodness. Yeah. Alright, I was using this as reference. Okay. Well, it's a blocked out hand. Now I can figure out how to merge it all together. You love the look of my work? Thank you. A lot of people say they like my style. Honestly, it took me a while for me to see my own style. I kind of just assume I'm replicating other people's art, you know? But it does come out in a distinct way, doesn't it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You give a soft look and you like, ah, I'm glad. I really appreciate that, honestly. You know what? No. Do I want... I'm thinking about how I want to do this. Probably with that bevel there. So that there can be a little bit of a separation. There we go. Those are connected. I keep accidentally. Nope. There we go. It's time for another break. Okay. I will be back in another 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna get up and stretch and take care of myself. I encourage you all to do the same if you've been sitting for a while. Thank you for the tea sip. I'll see you all in a little bit. Alright, I'm back. And you know what? I wasn't done being my celestial dragon. I like this model a lot. I haven't got to show it off enough today. Show it off enough. Alright, we're getting somewhere with the hand. Gotta figure out what I'm doing with the thumb here. Cereza, hi! How you doing, hun? You're sleepy. Yeah? That's a mood. Nice. There we go. Wasn't too hard. There's the thumb. Kind of. Eepy. I hope you're not too eepy for a blender lesson later tonight. Hi, Jack Swing. Keep doing that. Edit mode first, then we do this. You're very ready for that? Good. Okay. That is the most carefully calculated hand I've ever crafted. Ah. I did not think about how I was going to connect it here. Let's cancel some of these lines that we don't need. Oops. Okay. Now, the only problem with it now is it's oddly flat. But I like the approach because rigging it's going to be very easy. And that's always a good thing. Easy rigging. Hi Octane, how you doing? Thank you for checking in. Alright, the base torso has arms now. EP gonna lurk? Alright, have a good lurk. Appreciate you. Ow. How dare. Orchid. Throwing bricks at me. How? Okay, hands, body, tail. I'm intimidated by the head. I should make the head. But I don't want to right now. More details to the body, I guess we can do. Noodle. Yeah, we're making a noodle. That's what we got going on back here. It's a really pretty design. I'm liking it. Hmm. I guess we're making booba now. Because I don't know what else I want to work on at the moment. Ah, too many objects in my way.
Pat pat pat.
Thank you for the hats. Your way. Yep. On the birth of Booba. A beautiful thing. Yep. This is a full custom. That's what this is gonna be.
Pat pat pat.
Thank you for the hat pats. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Now I kind of want to model the tummy. Lulu, cute. Let's see. I was supposed to have a nude base for this, right? I think so. Starshire, yeah. I switched back to this model myself because I can't help it. I like it. Charlestial. That's beautiful. I like that. Wait a tick. Hi, Willow. Welcome on in. I look different. Maybe I got a haircut recently. How's the rebrand coming along? I'm not going to rebrand. I just like this model. You think that's got to be it? Nothing less, nothing more? Yeah, absolutely. Hmm. Did my makeup different? Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty comfortable in this model. I wouldn't mind rebranding to a celestial dragon. Anything other than pink. Yeah. Alright. I want to make tummy. How do I want to shape the tummy? Might need a reference to go off of. I could kind of just make that go off of textures for now, I think. part of me is like, this will be easier once it's not mirrored, but what the heck? Tummy. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. It's a pretty good tummy so far. Yeah, I'm still going. Probably not for much longer, but I could definitely at least finish out the 3 hours. Need something of a collarbone up here. Might just texture that. Gotta call every single person in chat cute. Heck yeah. Oh, whoops. I carelessly moved these like they weren't still connected. There we go. Alright, we got hands, torso, tail. I really do just need to make the head now. Everyone, damn. Yeah. Copy is committed. Hmm. Copy! What the heck? It's the climax of the base modeling making. You're a dork. Well, here's my problem. If I start on the head now, I really won't make much. I won't make much progress before I have to end. And I do have to end on time today because I can feel my body's pain kicking in. So Honestly, I think we should probably recap here. Would be easier. Hmm. Okay, yep. Alright. So today we made a lot of progress on this base model for this Lamia. I had to pull in a bunch of references to get myself oriented, but like a bunch of model references because I don't have much of the art to go off of. But this is who we'll be making over the next few months. And we got a pretty good start here, I think. I'm happy with this base body. Okay. Let's see who we're rating today. Is cute. Yeah, I agree. All right. Grape, hi. Welcome in. I'm ending in a minute, but it's good to see you. Hmm. How could you forget Shark Cute? You're silly. Hmm. You know what? Why don't we raid Yarny? Currently, she's in a collab playing Peak with, Dandy Floss and Penny Senseless and a bunch of cool people, so... I've been enjoying that game myself, so... Also, I'm friends with all these people. So it seems like a good place to raid out to. Let's do raid. Yarnyland. You can put 3D modeling dragon raid in there with the hearts or my emotes, whatever works for you. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Also, I have a Discord if you want to keep tabs on me and my community and share Blender tips and talk about LGBT stuff and all that sort of thing. I have a blue sky as well, which I have not been using much a lot lately, but you can get announcements from me there. And finally, if you would like a model from me, you can commission me on VGen. My commission services are on waitlist right now, so you can add yourself to the waitlist